Hello everyone, my presentation today is about Dr. Newman. A man who wears many different hats is Newman. Because when I looked into who he was, I recognized he had done a lot of studies with individuals with autism. He is an author, board-certified behavior analysis, licensed psychologist, speaker and trainer, and an executive director at an organization called Proud Moment. And also he's an athlete who enjoys running marathons. This is something that rivets my curiosity and hungers me to learn more about how he applied ABA practices to his students and to his studies, and if improved or showed a difference in the lives of those with autism. I want to acknowledge and benefit from his wealth of knowledge and experience to enhance it in my teaching practices. He works for an organization called Proud Moment, where he is the executive director of clinical services. This organization provides families and individuals with autism with the knowledge of ABA practices to encourage growth. Dr. Newman travels around the world to train people in crisis intervention training. During this training, Dr. Newman teaches skills for parents and other people to interact with individuals with autism to use nonviolent method of crisis interventions. Dr. Newman, the first author to write in the field of ABA, he published 13 books. I am providing some examples of his books and publications. He had a behavior detective, behavior ask, and when everybody cares. Here is some his publications. The effective of providing choices on skill equations and competing behavior of children with autism during district's child instruction, self-management, and the effective of schedule of reinforcement on instruction. There are many more publications and his books can be found on Amazon and on Goodreads website. You can ask Dr. Newman questions and share with him your thought about his books you read on the website Goodreads. I found that his books are the tools that can be benefit from it to learn about the ABA field and how to apply some of applied behavior analysis practices in everyday life, or when you're working with individuals with autism, with parents and with children with autism. Also, something I found about Newman through my research is that he takes his studies and what he has experienced and he has put them in his books and provides the knowledge. Also, is most of his books he will start with a chapter. He will start each chapter of his books with a question. For example, his book Behavioral Detective, he starts this book each chapter of this book with questions that might fulfill the curiosity of the reader. Newman will follow this question with the literature he found from his research and some data and technique to understand rather than to read the terminology, which in my view is outstanding of presenting the idea and the thought. Summary of Newman work. I have included a few short words phrases that might describe what I have learned through researching him. So the first thing I found that stand out about Newman, that he talks about autism a lot. Newman wrote many books that talks about autism. His studies and research focused on people with autism and applying new way of doing things to introduce or change the behavior. Second one is new behaviors, and explains that Newman does a lot with introducing new behavior, specifically with those with autism. He studied and researched about how to teach new behavior or implementing different behavior, either replaced or just to add as another behavior that could be used by the individual. Third one is new techniques. That new techniques explains how Newman used applied behavior analysis or ABA method to help children with autism, which he used a variety of methods and practices which can be used to promote, decrease, and maintain skill for daily living. Last things is some questions that I ask Dr. Newman about from his teaching experience and working with individuals with autism and applying ABA practices with them. Do you think it is okay to work with autism with children at the public school with just having a degree in special education, or do you think teachers should have a degree in ABA? Why do you think so? From your wealth experience, what is the best way to help students who are learning applied behavior analysis to succeed in their study? What is your advice for teachers who are teaching the ABA program? How would they make the ABA program approachable and understandable? And as an autism professional, what is the best curriculum you recommend for public school to use with preschool autism? And last of my questions, from your experience of consulting families, individuals, private clinics, school, how would you answer parents' question if they said, do you think there is a cure for autism spectrum disorder? Thank you for listening.